Hi everyone, this is the Legendary. I'm back again with more. This time I'm going to be doing another Beyblade Burst Turbo unboxing. This is going to be for Stone X Quetziko Q4 and Engaard E4. At the top you see Slingshot and see both the Beyblades battling. This is Beyblade Burst Turbo. In the back of the box, you see that Stone X Quetziko is an attack type, while Engaard E4 is a defense type. And now, let's get into the unboxing. So I am back, and basically it comes with the instruction booklet, which doesn't really tell you much. It just shows you, kind of shows you how to switch the tips from slingshot mode to battering mode and back. Well, vice versa. You don't really need that. First off, we're going to start off with Stone X Quetziko Q4, which I think that's the name. Yeah, Stone X Quetziko Q4. The layer is basically Quetziko Q4, but as a stone recolor. Even though it is layered, it's layered, but they tried to put some detail on most layers. I like how they did that. It doesn't really fit the box, though. Then there's green in the middle to show you that it is the slingshot version. Down the back there's a QR code if you want to scan it. Here's a 7-disc. It originally came on Legend Spryzen. It used to be the heaviest in the game, but it's not the heaviest now. It has 1 star. And this tip is a cell slingshot. Now in order to switch this tip, you have to twist, pull, twist. So you twist it, I think. Well, you have to twist it, but I think it's hard to twist. So if you have fingernails, then use your fingernails to push the little bar, then it'll move. Pull out, then use your nail again to lock it into place. And that's how you'll lock it. But after the first few times, it actually works without you having to do all that. You just have to break it in. But that's pretty simple. That's why I like Acetylene and Fusion Slingshot. They're pretty simple to switch modes. Engaard E4. Now, if you don't know what... I don't know what an Aegis is, but for Takara told me it was called Orb Engaard. I don't know why, but it was called that, and it was like this snake-like thing. Kinda reminds me of Medusa. But anyway, it has a lot of silver on it, so I imagine that this thing is armored. And it seems pretty good for defense, but just to remind you, it doesn't have metal. That's the only bad part. And for Takara told me these were actual metal balls, but here they're just plastic. They're not even balls either. They're just decorations. But it does look nice. Then here's a QR code if you want to scan it. Here is Outer. This is actually the first time that we got Outer, and well, no, this is the second time that we got Outer. It originally came on Orialcum 03, but the thing is that this Beyblade, along with Turbo Spryzen, came with a set. It came in the set for Takara Tomy, and it was a really expensive set. It was but this is actually the first time that it was easy to get this disc. So that's why I'm really happy that Hasbro made this and the original Beyblade that it came on. And here is... this tip's name is actually kind of weird. So, originally, before it officially came out for Takara Tomy, people called it Quasar. And then they changed the name to Quest. So I guess it's called Quest Slingshot, but I'm not really sure what the Hasbro app calls it. Anyway, this seems like it'll be a twist pull twist. So if you look there, there are little lines trying to keep it in place. So I say it's a twist pull twist. So twist pull twist, you have to move it over to the side, pull up this middle part, and then there you go. It's now in slingshot mode for whatever reason. It's a really weird slingshot mode, to be honest, but it's slingshot mode nonetheless. It seems pretty interesting. I wonder how good it'll be in the arena, because the original one was a suction cup and it used to stick to the arena all the time, but this is just plastic. Now let's put the Beyblades together, then we'll do test spin test battle. It's okay, I mean, could be better. For the shape of it, it might not burst too frequently, but it still has a higher chance of bursting because of the tip. The tip is a slingshot. Well, the tip is a cell slingshot and it's an attack type, so if it doesn't have good slopes, then it won't be able to really take the recoil. Here is Engaard. Oh my goodness! I'm scared for Engaard, that's for sure. This is really scary. This, do you see this? I should not be able to do this. I understand it's defensive type and all, but even Takara Tommy's, I don't think Takara Tommy's will burst as much as this thing will. Goodness. Anyway, the slopes for this seem bad. Let's do a test spin test battle just to be sure. Instead of doing a test spin, I'll actually just get onto the battle. So the battle is between Stone X Quetziko, 7 a Cell Slingshot versus Engaard E4 Outer Quest Slingshot. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Okay, Engaard, let's see. Not much contact. I mean, that's kind of weak in my eyes, but let's do another battle. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! It's like it's already in slingshot mode when it's not. Wow. Okay, so Quetziko wins that one. Let's go into slingshot mode, then let's see how well it performs. Round 1, 3, 2, 1, let it rip! I don't know why, but it seems like Engaard is actually worse. Oh, and it actually outlasted. That's good. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Oh, a little bit of clashing. And Engaard takes a win, so it's not completely useless. Surprisingly, it's actually not completely useless, since that's different. I'm actually curious to see how good it really is, so it's going to be in slingshot mode, and I'm going to battle against Stone X Quetziko in its regular mode. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Whoa! Okay then, I take back my criticism from earlier. This is good. It's actually good. It's actually a good base. Okay, that took me by surprise. Okay, so I'm to conclude, it actually doesn't come with a launcher because it's a double pack, and those don't ever come with launchers or ripcords. I just use a string launcher from a set that came out a few years ago under Hasbro. But with that part aside, this set is actually pretty good. Well, this double pack is actually pretty good. Yeah, Stone X Quetziko, which if you've never gotten Quetziko before, then this is your chance to get it. Then you could get 7, which is good competitively. Well, it's pretty good competitively. If you can't afford the other Beyblades that well, if you haven't gotten any of the other Beyblades that have better discs. Then a Cell Slingshot is actually pretty easy if you want a decent slingshot driver. Then for Engaard actually did take me by surprise. The layer might actually not be good, but this driver is shocking. Because in slingshot mode, it actually has a lot more stamina, and then in battering mode, it locks itself, so that way it doesn't really work as well as you'd think it would. But it's still a pretty good Beyblade. It's kind of like a joke where you'd expect it to be bad, but it's actually good. Overall, I recommend this for collectors, and I also recommend it for people that are playing the game casually or people that are playing it competitively. Well, yeah, kind of competitively. For the people that are playing it competitively, they might want it for the disc that came on Engaard. Only because Hour is one of the heavier discs to ever come out. And 7 is also good, so that's good. And then the new layer is Engaard, so I think that might be good for collectors and people that are trying to play competitively, because they could test out Engaard, see if the slopes are actually bad or if they can still use it in some ways, because I'm pretty sure there are other drivers that have other performance tips that have better springs that could probably make this Beyblade even better. And that kind of concludes it. So, I recommend this set for collectors. Well, I recommend this set for everyone, really. So, like if you want, favorite if you want, and subscribe to become a legend in the making. See you next time, bye. And we're all proven to be legendary.